when you go to different places and you have family in different parts of the world, sometimes family pronounces your name differently.
Okay.
Even your parents have a different way to pronounce your name. So my Ghanaian family, I'm used, even the ones in the UK or the ones back here, they call me Adesope.
Okay.
So I'm used to it. So if anybody in Ghana calls me that, I just think, yeah, that's normal. Like,
Okay,
it's okay.
okay.
Whereas if it was somebody else, maybe it was like, Europeans or Americans, I want to teach them. So
Okay.
No, don't come and mess up with our names.
Right.
But if it's us, everybody has a
But at
different
least
way.
we should know better. we're supposed to know better. Yeah, we were supposed to mention it properly. Adesope.
That's it.
Aha.
So it's Adeshop and
Okay. Wow. Adesope Olajide. And that was Shopsy do.
Yes, sir.
How did that name come out?
Well, because my name is Adesope, most of the time, people will shorten it to Sope.
Okay.
So from there, young boys, you want to have a nickname to make us feel like we're cool. Somebody just started saying Shopsy do, and that rang. And it became a name that my closest friends around me started to use. And once I was going into the media, particularly radio, I just took that up. Because that most of the time, DJs or broadcasters on radio that are playing music have an alias for that radio show. So that's how that now became part and parcel of me too.
Okay. So you started off as a radio presenter.
Yes. So in the UK, close to about 20 years ago now, I walked into a pirate radio station in South London, Peckham, where I say to every African that every African has a family member in Peckham.
That's right.
Yeah, that one is guaranteed.
South London, South. You walk on the streets and you're meeting someone.
No, somebody that you haven't seen,
especially around Croydon. Everywhere you're meeting a black
South
man.
London,
straight from Ghana or Nigeria.
Exactly. So I walked into a pirate radio station in 2003. That gave me an opportunity to come play my music. And at that time, it was, playing African music was non-existent. Even at parties, we weren't allowed to play African music. So to have been given a 2-hour slot on a pirate radio station that I couldn't even understand or know how many people were listening, I just took the show up just to come and enjoy myself. And that was the time when the likes of Two-Face, P-Square, Reggie Rockstone, Take That, VIP, those times, it gave us my first shot of playing music, and my career has gone from that 2003 and had twists and turns to TV, other radio, online platforms, and now stage hosting concerts, and but radio was the beginning of being in the entertainment industry and promoting Afropop culture.
Now, when did you decide to blend or move into podcasting?
Well, the thing is, as you know, media started to evolve about 7 or 8 years ago, because everything became online. You can go and get it now, not just on air. And looking at America, I follow America a lot. I listen to a lot of radio shows out there and watch a lot of their platforms online. I think the podcast movement really, really kicked off in America. And if you understand how things change and how media changes, whatever is becoming successful in America is definitely going to go around the world. So about 6 years ago was when I started to look at the podcast angle for 2 reasons. Number one, you could record it as a podcast, but second of all, the content could also go online on YouTube to be watched as a video show. And then third, I had a partnership with a TV station called Yanga TV, where they was broadcast on air. So I was doing one thing, but it had 3 different streams of touching the people. That was when I thought, okay, podcast can not only be a podcast, it can be everything else, but you can start it as a podcast. And that was when I went into podcasting about 5-6 years ago.
Well, yeah, I'm proud of you. You've interviewed almost every big star in Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you find difficulty in getting any of them?
Oh, come on, my brother. We're in the media. I think one of the first things that I tell young people, especially young people that are coming into the media, is building a relationship and trying to get artists and celebrities on your show will be one of the most difficult things. Even when you become a popular broadcaster, they still, sometimes you still find it very difficult to pin them down, to bring them onto the show. But with longevity and having a career that has spanned a lot of years, where you've seen a lot of these artists before they became superstars, they've actually looked up at coming to your platform to promote themselves. So it's made it very, very easier than it was in the past. But I guarantee you that it's still a struggle to get some of them. Yeah, some of them. It's just, entertainers are entertainers.
Is it because of location? Could it be that, you are in Lagos, someone is in Abuja and he has to fly in?
No, sometimes, look at, I had to come to Hits FM this morning and be here by 7 a.m. Shout out to my sister Doreen, who was like,
number one Formula driver. Formula One driver.
My sister was like, we're going, since yesterday, what time we have to be there? I'm in the media. I understand. I respect your time. I appreciate this platform, this opportunity to come and speak to you and meet the great people behind such an amazing brand. Entertainers at the beginning, when they're climbing, understand that because they know they need these platforms to open doors for them, to speak to them, to speak to their people for them. But when some of them become successful, they start to respect it less. So the 7 a.m. that you have to come to this show, now they've just come in from wherever they've gone, whether it's this bar or that bar or whatever, and waking up at 7 to come and have a chat with you again. Man, I can't make it. Let's move it to 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, you can't. You have things too.
Right.
So those are the things that usually affect, us putting these interviews together. And in some cases, some artists are just not available. They're extremely busy. I'll give you an example. Burna Boy is one of the most hardworking artists in the world. As much as, he might not like doing interviews as much, he's also not available. He's traveling within countries every single time. This man has been on the road since 2018.
Wow.
Yes. He's toured every single year. For every album that Burna Boy has released, he has gone on a global tour every single time. So those artists, you would have to work to their time. And because we are human beings, sometimes we don't have that much. The one moment that they say, okay, they're available, you're probably stuck at nursery. You have parents, teachers meeting. Something will come up. But it's never easy getting all these entertainers to come on. But at least we are grateful that a lot of them still respect the work we do and are ready to
Have you had any of them turn down the interview?
Oh, many. Because some artists as well they're not comfortable with sharing their thoughts because they can get in trouble. Oh, this is my brother. This is my brother of 15 plus years. Bulldog just entered the building. One of the biggest troublemakers in Afro-pop culture. My brother, sit down. So, as I was saying before, Bulldog entered. A lot of artists, some of them are not media trained. And because they're not media trained, they get into trouble for things that they say. And when they've gotten into trouble quite a number of times, they now become scared of coming out to the press.
Right.
And every time that happens, it reduces the chances of you getting a good interview with these artists because they don't even trust themselves. They don't know how people will take, whatever it is that they're saying. Someone like Bulldog now, he's already made up his mind that he's ready to burn down the whole house with whatever he says with no consequences.
Right.
And that comes with experience. That comes with being in the industry for a number of years and knowing fully well that everything he says, even whether you like it or not, he's prepared to back it up. A lot of people don't have that confidence, and it affects them taking the chance to come and sit down with the media, particularly in Ghana, because the broadcasters here are conditioned to pick you out of any small mistake. So if an artist doesn't have their wits about them, they're not properly media trained, they can easily fall over and be in trouble for something small.
Well, that is everywhere in the world. I mean, the media will always be media,
yes,
and
yes,
will always be sensational,
yes,
because
yes.
they're doing their work.
Absolutely.
And for the media to get more eardrums or eyeballs on social media and other platforms, they need to be sensational,
yes,
to get people.
Yes.
And well, so you have a fantastic journey, and I like your story and how far you've come, and your resilience, your support, the way you, especially when the Afrobeat culture, you've championed it seriously, and everywhere your people are, you make sure you are there.
Yes.
Do they drag you along, or you go voluntarily?
For example, Kidi and Kwame went on a Europe tour last year. I'm very close to their team and the whole crew, and I'd already made up my mind. I tell artists all the time, especially those artists that not only are promoting a culture in a positive light, but they also make themselves available for the media to also benefit from their superstardom. You know, there's a difference in, I tell a lot of artists now that when you become a superstar, that's when you're actually supposed to be supporting Afro media. Because when you show up for an interview with us, your global spotlight also comes our way and gives us a little bit more light to promote whatever it is that we're doing. So a lot of artists that have positively supported us, whether by coming up for interviews, showing up at events, I make it a point of duty to also look at ways where I can support them. My platform is used to promote concerts around the world. I use it just to open doors for Afrobeats and to show that, listen, we're doing great things wherever we are. So a lot of those concerts, I would have chosen and made up my mind that I'm going to maybe one or two. I'm going to show up here. And then some artists are also very smart. I'll give you an example. I went to Israel. We left Israel the day before the terrorist attack.
Wow.
I went with Ruga for 5,000 sold out capacity show in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
And that conversation happened when I was in Atlanta. I saw his manager and he was, you know your artist, because I've always supported Ruga from the day he was introduced. I was the first person to do an Instagram live with him. I did an interview with him. Nobody knew who he was, apart from the fact that they had just unveiled this new artist. But I felt there was something about him, and I supported him from that moment. So his manager just saw me in Atlanta and said, you know your artist is going to Israel for the first time in history. And we would really like for you to come with us if you're not doing anything. I haven't been to Israel before. So I was like, why not? And that was it. And for artists and management, that was a smart move. You're carrying a loudspeaker who promotes Afrobeats and Afropop culture with you to go and experience something and a place that you hadn't been before. So what do you think is going to happen whilst I was there with Ruga for 5 days? Everybody and their mother that followed me saw that Ruga was in Israel. He went to all the tourism sites, he met all his fans, and he performed in front of 5,000 people in Israel. When we leave Israel, how does that affect Ruga and his business? It gives him more visibility because what I did for him whilst I was there with him, if you were going to pay for that type of PR, it will cost you thousands of dollars.
True.
But they got it for absolutely nothing just because of relationship. And thought, let's shop, see, come with us and have fun. The same 5-star treatment that they gave Ruga, they gave me. They booked me in business class, 5-star hotel. If he wants to eat here, he wants me to come and sit down, let's eat together. If he wants to drink here, let's do this together. Straight away, that in itself is a master stroke in marketing. I was talking to my sister Doreen when I got here. I hosted a party in Lagos 3 days ago, and a lot of artists came from Oxley, KC, everybody, they came. And when they walk into the building, I'll go and party with them, and the DJ will spot them from afar and play their music. Loads of them were in the building. But one of them decided to leave his seat and go and stand by the DJ. And guess what the DJ did? The DJ played almost 9 songs, back to back.
Of that same
artist. It was Ricardo Banks. He left the VIP section and went to stand by the DJ.
Wow.
Giving the DJ not only 30 minutes of his time that the photographers can take picture of both of them together, videographers can record him dancing next to the DJ, him endorsing the DJ, and the DJ went into a complete frenzy and went through all Ricardo Banks' catalog. When he was leaving, I pulled Ricardo close and I said to him, "That's experience there." He said, "Of course it is."
Wow.
That to the DJ was worth more than $5,000.
True.
It's part of marketing. These are the little things that entertainers are not aware of that can change the course of their relationships, not only with the media, but also with DJs. And that, for me, is more important than anything else. When entertainers acknowledge our work and acknowledge us that way, we are more likely to do times 50 for them for absolutely nothing.
Speaking of DJs,
yes,
this brings to mind or begs the question of how you did it in Nigeria.
Yes.
Popularizing your music. Yes, there had been songs, but at a point it wasn't that popular.
Yes.
But it took some time.
Yes.
Obviously, it's now become a trend.
Yes.
Now, it's fashionable to play Nigerian songs because, well, that's what people love.
Yes.
That's what they want to hear.
Yes.
That's what they want to dance to.
Yes.
What happened? How did you do it?
So, this is a very, very important topic because I still had a conversation about this with one of the legendary DJs from Nigeria by the name DJ Abbas, who sent me a voice note yesterday on this topic. Before 2002, 2003, in Nigeria, there was no law stipulating the percentage of Nigerian music or homegrown music that was going to be aired on radio. So a lot of us that grew up in the 80s and the 90s only knew R&B and hip-hop. Yes, we had access to some of the local music, but usually it would be the traditional songs, you know, your Fuji music, and then some pop acts will break through because of national television. But particularly, I believe it's between 2001 and 2003, there was a clamor for Nigerian music to be supported by Nigerian platforms, which now led to the government creating a law that stipulated 60 to 70% of local content must be aired on radio. So with that increased the number of Nigerian music that was being played on radio and demanded that the radio and media platforms open their doors to artists from back home, even though the music quality, in some cases, sound quality wasn't what it was supposed to be. We were coming from, you know, R&B records, mixed and mastered, Mariah Carey, R. Kelly, Jay-Z, whatever, and then we had to go back to start playing music that was being made by our artists. And if you remember, early 2000, a lot of the music that we were even calling our music were reworked R&B beats that the likes of P Square and people will jump on. But because the doors opened, we started to produce a lot more music. Then the producers, mix engineers and co started to get better. And because of our numbers, not only at home, and numbers internationally, and people that were persistent in promoting our music, it slowly started to sift through. In 2003, when I was on radio, I had to send money to Nigeria every month for someone to buy physical CDs. They'll fly it over to us, we'll put it on the computer, we'll rip it, and that's how we load it onto the radio system. That's what we're doing. That's how we got the music. That's the dedication that we put behind the music to be able to promote it across the world. But I think it started with the government in Nigeria making the law that media had to play 60 to 70% local content before playing anything that came from outside.
With that, was there a deliberate attempt to block foreign content?
No, it was just a deliberate attempt to promote local content. You see, you can always see things, thank you, from two sides. Championing local content does not necessarily mean blocking foreign content. I repeat, championing local content does not mean blocking foreign content. It means championing local content first. It is ludicrous that you would have to promote Jay-Z and Tupac when you have Idris Abdulkarim and Mode 9 at home. It's crazy. And anybody that argues with you on those simple statements already needs a different level of education. Without promoting the music back home and pushing it on radio hard, the fans will not get used to listening to it when they're in traffic going to school, listening to it when they're coming back from work, and then starting to request DJs at parties, at clubs to play that song that they like. Then these are the wheels that start to turn and change everything to make sure that the popularity of the music goes up. But if you don't make those laws, we instantly get drawn to what we're comfortable with. We've been conditioned for over 40 years to listen at a level to international content on radio. As big as your Fela Kuti and Amachedede and all these people were, they had to touch the people locally. It wasn't as if they had the big media platform supporting them. It was the local movement that made those names icons. True. So we have to always remember those things. And again, it's about championing local content. For me, that is priority. That should never be seen as a movement to block foreign content.
In Ghana,
yes,
we've started a Play Ghana, or local content.
It caught our attention.
Yes, that's right. And this is an initiative that got some musicians championing,
yes,
or being the forebearers,
yes,
of the news.
Yes.
Not long ago, some foreign media has picked up the stories,
yes,
and they've twisted it.
1000%.
And I know it's become another trend in Nigeria, and that is being rumored that we're blocking foreign content, especially music from Nigeria.
Yes.
I'm very sure you've heard it.
Oh, it caught my attention yesterday because a lot of people just tagged me into different posts, and then initially I didn't want to respond. I'm like, please, come on, man, just listen to the video. The minute I saw the video last week, I posted it because I saw Samini.
Oh, you posted it?
Oh, I was the first person to post that video because I saw Samini, I saw Black Sheriff, I saw Small God, and I listened to it.
Reggie Rockstone was...
Reggie Rockstone. So I posted it and said, hi, I agree with this statement because I understood that local content needed more exposure. And I'll give you a short story before we go into that. When we come home in December, it is not only to come and meet our families and enjoy parties. For people like us that are dedicated to promoting the culture, the first thing I want to do is listen to what everybody's listening to. When you were playing music earlier, what did I do to the DJ?
Yeah, you were jamming.
And let me now show you exactly what I'm doing. See, I've already written it down.
Right, Kofi Kinata, overthinking. That's right.
That is what I do anywhere I go. That's the first thing. I tell the driver, please play me the local radio. I want to hear what the people are listening to. If I'm a Pan-Africanist, I'm an African. That's your number one job, to listen to what the people are listening to. But if you go to these places and local content isn't being promoted, then there's a problem. So when that video came up and I posted it and I said, I agree. That was what I meant. Because when we come in December, we want to hear what people are jamming to. So when we go back to our cities in America or Europe, that's how we promote these artists.
Hold on. Don't move away from the topic. However, when you come down and you hear a lot more foreign content or more from your country, for example, Nigerian songs, how do you feel? Do you feel proud or disappointed?
So initial feeling is pride that, wow, they're playing Rema. When I was in the car yesterday, I heard Rema and I heard one other song. I was like, that's amazing. They're playing Rema and stuff here in this country. The first feeling it shows in Nigerian is warmth. Because when you hear your music in a different country, that also means that you're being accepted here.
Right.
It's a feeling of warmth. That's number one. But when you dig deeper and you understand that a lot of these slots sometimes are being taken away from the local content, then you also have to say what is going to be done for that. You talk about Nigeria. I'm just coming from Nigeria. Do you know the biggest genre in Nigeria right now? Should I shock you?
Amapiano?
Yes, sir.
Amapiano.
Amapiano is the number one sound in Nigeria.
Now,
Boss, I went to an event. Shout out to my brother, DJ Obi. Obi's house is the biggest platform in Nigeria. It's every Monday night right now. Where last night, Burna Boy and Fino were there. Yemi Alade was supposed to be there. Every day, every Monday is packed out with thousands of people. Superstars go there to premiere their music and play with DJ Obi. But when you go to Obi's house, at least for 1-2 hours straight before they play anything else,
Amapiano.
be ready for it.
Oh my God.
So for example, for me, when I went home a couple of months ago for 2 days, and I went to Obi's house, just as I was writing things down here, was what I'm opening my ears. I want to know who's the new artist that they're playing so I can write it down and go and listen to it. I'm listening to Amapiano for 2 hours. Then I'm asking everybody, like I was with LAX, I was with, I'm like, so is it like this here now? And that's why a lot of Nigerian artists are doing what? They're having to make music to Amapiano beats. Because the local DJs in Nigeria are playing Amapiano. So even Nigeria, that a lot of people are complaining about their music, now they're suffering. Because the slots that a lot of the up-and-coming musicians will usually use in December to promote a hit record that will carry into London, they're not going to have that anymore. Because now they're playing Amapiano music. But that's fine. You also have to understand from the DJ's perspective. A DJ's job is to keep the party going. And if there are certain sounds that make sure people are on the dance floor, the DJ would constantly do that. Right now, Amapiano is like house music, it's like dance music. The vibe is incredible. It keeps the energy of the party at a certain level. It keeps the tempo completely, consistent throughout. So even if they're going to bring in other songs into that, they can use it as a bed every single time. And if you're saying you're playing for 6 hours and you're using a certain sound as a bed, that can be 2 hours of Amapiano as a bed, and that's already taken away from other stuff. So that's how DJs think. A lot of times there's no agenda behind it. They're just trying to keep people on the dance floor. Here in Ghana, that people have spoken about Nigerian music being, dominating and stuff like that, because for several reasons. Social media influence, of course, media platforms in Ghana and DJs in Ghana playing a lot of Nigerian music. It's also now went into the psyche of a lot of DJs. That when you want to keep people on the dance floor, throw them a Rema, put Oxlade, put Burna Boy, and you can go back to back with Nigerian music for 45 minutes if somebody doesn't pull you up on it. One of my brothers from Cameroon, Stanley Eno, he got in trouble with Nigerians just 2 weeks ago because there was a video that was edited where the only video we saw was Stanley Eno saying, how can you be playing Nigerian music for 3 hours? That everybody went crazy. Stanley, that we love so much in Lagos, all the big DJs were attacking him. But he called me and said, bro, I was in the party, sitting down in front of the DJ, and the DJ
in Cameroon,
and the DJ did not play not only my song, but no Cameroonian music for the last 1.5 hours.
And this DJ is Cameroonian?
Yes. I said, come on, DJ, man. You look at that. So it's common courtesy that when an artist comes into the room, that you at least play his music.
You don't know that.
It's common courtesy. Nobody should come and tell you that. Make him feel like he's a star in this place. Play the music for him. Let people recognize, oh, we've got Stanley Eno in the room. We've got Kidi or Sarkodie here. Play 1-2 songs. It changes the mood of the party. People understand, oh, we've got celebrity in our midst. But he said I was there for 1.5 hours. That DJ not only did not play a Cameroonian song, he didn't play my own song. He didn't even play one Cameroonian song. He stuck solely from Wizkid to Burna Boy, Davido to Rema to Yemi Alade. He was just going back to back like that. And that, when he got up, he first of all gave him a shout out, we respect you, but please, why would you, unfortunately, clickbait only took the one, that little sentence, put it out, and that almost ruined his career in Nigeria. The movement right now is that they want to block Black Sheriff. That's the social movement, social media movement. But it's impossible.
But wait, yes. Why would they want to block?
They don't mind the bloggers. It's the bloggers that try to insinuate that.
First of all, what at all did Black Sheriff see? He didn't say anything wrong.
My brother.
He even mentioned this morning. I was watching it again.
Yeah.
He said that this is no time for blame games. We're not blaming DJs. We're not blaming the consumers. We're not blaming the musicians. All we're saying is that make it a fair ground for people so we can simple.
You are in the media, and you know that certain media platforms and personalities love agenda. And there is no better agenda than to create something that didn't exist. That image that we spoke about, Reggie Rockstone, an OG, Samini, an OG, Small God, an OG. These are OGs that we're talking.
DJ Mensah was also
Mensah, standing right next to them. Right. This is an OG representing Sarkodie, and then you have a young artist in Black Sheriff there. Who do you think haters and bloggers who want to pick? Do you think they will attack Small God, or they will talk to Reggie Rockstone? Do you think you can say anything to somebody like that, or a Samini? No, they're going to go for the baby who really has just started his career. He's just building relationships. And they can tell that he's still, wet behind the ears. Let's target this one. He won't be able to fight back. Reggie Rockstone can jump on IG live now and tell you about yourself. Samini can do the same thing. But our brother Black Sheriff is still young. And remember, Nigeria has become Black Sheriff territory, where some fan bases might not even be happy about that. The love he gets in Nigeria, you can't even understand. Black Sheriff, I use Black Sheriff as an example to other Ghanaian artists. They love Black Sheriff gets more love in Nigeria than some Nigerian artists. So, of course, they're going to want to attack the popular person currently in that market. He didn't say anything wrong. There was nothing wrong about that whole conversation. Even not only what each individual was saying, the entire conversation. Local content deserves to be supported. Ghana has become a huge destination for foreigners every December. When we come here, we take home whatever it is that we hear. If local content isn't promoted, then whatever we hear from here is what we're going to go and promote in the UK and America.
Listeners, in case you just tuned in, Adesope is my special guest, and we're talking Dizzy Blinks. On Facebook, let me read some few comments. Dizzy Blinks, Klah, my sweet daughter, she says, it's like I'm listening to the same voice, but with different accent. Evans Kabna Sapon says, hi, big bro Andy. I must say, Adesope is full of inspiration. Kudos to him. Pedro Powa, Maldino Cruz says, watching live and clear inside Indianapolis. Kumasi Thanos. Kofi says, that's my man back in the days in Peckham. London, you really come very far. Keep up the good work, bro. Shabali J says, please, Andy, can you ask the chairman the difference between or how they see a Nigerian local artist differently from an international artist?
Listen,
did you get that?
Idris Abdul Karim was one of the people that changed that perception, and I'm sure Bulldog remembers that story. They booked 50 Cent in early 2000s and paid him millions, put them in, first class in flights in Nigeria, and they had local artists supporting that concert, but they put them at the back of the plane, paid them peanuts, treated them like rubbish. And Idris Abdul Karim,
the Jaga at the time,
he stepped up to say, no way. If 50 Cent is going to be sitting in first class. Nobody can tell me to stand up from this seat. I deserve it just as much. That was when the chain was broken. Somebody had to stand up. We reported on the news in Europe because that was a very impactful moment that a lot of us or people didn't understand at the time. They just saw Idris as being disruptive and, he's just a problem. But he changed the path that all the artists today are enjoying. So when Chris Brown goes home, guess what he wants to do? He wants to go and hang out with Davido. Nobody is going to treat Davido differently to how they treat Chris Brown in Nigeria. Nobody's going to treat Lil Durk differently to how they look at Wizkid in Nigeria because of the actions of Idris Abdulkarim.
I see. Okay, Mr. Logic, your man is here.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him. Hi.
How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm fine. Honestly, I think you've said everything. There's not really much I can say because basically you've touched on all the issues, that we are facing as Africans. I think the music, the conversation should be about Africa.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it shouldn't be about Nigeria or
Facts.
Ghanaian music because,
Facts.
like you rightly said about Amapiano being the top genre in Nigeria now.
Right now?
I think maybe it's also based on how Nigerians look at South Africans.
Yes.
Yes, just as we look at Nigeria as our like a major market for Ghanaians to explore, same as your people look at South Africa as the next bigger market.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I can agree with Amapiano, topping the chart and also trending in Nigeria now.
Yeah.
Aside that, there's not much to disagree with you because you've basically touched on all the things. I mean, these are vital things that we need to understand that, yes, you cannot block foreign music entirely, but then you still need an agenda to promote Ghanaian music.
Priority.
Yeah, so yes, the 80-20 agenda should go on, but I think it's basically for the media.
Yes, it's the media.
It's for the media. I said the other day that, Andy, this bill is for the media to focus on the local content and promote them more. It shouldn't be a personal agenda as an emotional agenda against foreign songs.
The thing is, once that 80-20 agenda comes into the media,
yes,
you know what it automatically does?
Yes.
It now slowly influences the individual DJ to play.
Of
because
course,
if we are constantly listening to good music, when I heard Kofi Kinata's Jam this morning, that's a smash. If I continue to hear that song every hour,
you'll be compelled to play them.
When I go to a party, I'm going to ask the DJ.
For it. Yeah, you request for it.
It's simple.
I said it to a presenter on TV3 the last time that, look, this agenda should be initiated mostly by the media.
Of course.
You guys are supposed to start this agenda, not the ordinary DJ in the club. They need motivation. They start it from here and it will get to them.
The DJ in the club and at the party wants to keep the party going. And so, whatever it is that people are enjoying, they'll follow.
They'll follow. And so I think I agree with Adesope.
Today there you agree.
I agree. I mean,
the last time
no, I think the last time he didn't really understand my context. Into my context. I didn't mean any hatefulness towards Nigerian media. I just said that, look, Nigerians have been able to conquer the US market with marketing, funding, and then music, good music.
What you
so I think
said
the word I used, I bought.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what really confused.
What happened is, when it comes to even marketing budgets, and you'll be surprised that the only Nigerian musicians that even have the financial muscle to compete internationally are less than 3%.
Yeah, but the 3% has really influenced.
Yes, but the 3%, what happens is they've changed a sound.
Yes.
So when the sound, for example, a Burna Boy is trending, and you cannot play. You can't keep exactly. You will look at the similarities. You know what Spotify has done for a lot of platforms internationally. It will play you similar music.
Yes.
So when you come from Burna Boy, you just start going down. You just go down, and before you know it, you have gone through a list of 15, 16 songs
from Nigeria.
Yes. Really. So it's only Burna at the top that really has the marketing budget.
How about Davido and Wizkid?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So there was an interview a couple years ago by Femi Kuti, one of the greatest musicians from, Fela's son. He's been nominated for Grammys for years, but he said it publicly in Nigeria that I don't even bother. You know why? There's a different level of marketing that goes into after you've been nominated for a Grammy.
Yes.
You've seen the video. He's performed
Is,
on different TV stations. Yesterday, he dropped a music video with Angelique Kidjo. They had to fly the whole crew to Paris to go and shoot with Mama there.
Yeah.
The whole crew, to make it comfortable for her. The budget alone to go and drop that video, drop it, the branding, everything. There's a different level of marketing.
Yes.
After you've been nominated, though, it's not even to get nominated.
Leaving it like that.
After you've been nominated, there's a different level of marketing that goes into it.
Why do you get the nomination?
Exactly. And that's where a lot of people fall short. So a lot of people, even Americans, do you know that in America, it is almost common law, that once you be nominated for a Grammy, you go and pay for billboards and newspaper adverts in Los Angeles. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Google it, you see them.
Promote.
The biggest musicians, they buy big billboards. Thank you for your Grammy consideration. Who are they influencing? It's not me and you. They're influencing the voters.
Right.
The old Grammy musicians that are part of the voters that don't go to online blogs, and they still follow traditional media, newspaper and billboard in LA.
Yeah.
It's money to do those things. So it's only a few percentage that can do it. But what Nigerian artists have done successfully, whether they have money or not, is when they see the needle moving positively for them somewhere else, even without knowing anybody, they'll pack their bags and go.
I mean, this whole Grammy marketing, when Stonebwoy started his promotion on his consideration, and I said, look, it was in good direction. Stonebwoy, someone challenged me. Oh, he doesn't need to argue with me. He doesn't need to promote the.
No, man.
So when you have such counter arguments on radio and TV, then the miseducation is becoming high.
Listeners, we've just been joined by producer Hammer of the last two. Hammer of the last two has joined us.
Hey!
I invited Hammer last night, and I'm so grateful that he's honored our invitation, man. God bless you. Thank you very much for coming. Bulldog, please.
Yeah, that's my brother from. You know, look, anybody who doesn't know Ade, right? You don't know. So when I sat on UTV and I think Arnold said something about the fact that he held the camera when he saw
Black Sheriff. That issue.
I said, you don't know. Let me tell you my experience. In 2011, we had the biggest song in Africa, Mujibaya.
Right.
Yeah.
5-5.
Yeah. This man did not only give us a call that he wants to put us on. He had a platform, Factory 78 at the time.
Shout out DJ Larry.
He follow us everywhere. That be how he did.
I came to pick them up from home.
Yeah. You know, he go follow you. Yes, he go hound you to come do the thing. And all for love. Facts. All for love. I'm not gonna lie you. And I've said this before. At the time, we had done the first, you know, and he's here. He can say no because he's been in London before we got there. We, as in Castro and 5-5, filled the O2 Indigo first before they started doing it.
It's the biggest.
Yeah.
It's the biggest. It was the biggest event that I'd ever. That event changed my life, and I say it all the time. Hip Life Festival changed my life.
Wow.
Yes.
5-5.
Yes.
Rough and Smooth.
Yes.
You know, Tiffany, Stage A, the legend Castro.
Yes.
It was absolutely groundbreaking.
You know, and yes, and it was done by a Ghanaian promoter, Alodia.
Shut down.
You understand what I'm saying? Listen, that's why I sat here and say, why should we have to go to Nigeria? Yeah, go to TikTok. And when I said some of these things,
I disagree with you.
Okay, they agree with you because you want our money in your system. You want our money in your wait, fact. Listen, you see, all the apps that we use, I don't call it apps, I call it offices.
Absolutely.
Because when you go on Instagram right now,
touch anywhere.
Yes, there's somebody there telling you that there's a button. He's an officer. Boost your shit. Facts. Sorry. Boost your stuff. Bulldog. Yeah, man. Hey. So why do you have to go to Alegba again?
Listen, let me tell you why.
No, make
I'm not going to let you.
We're not going to bring one money. Wait. Facts. Listen, Charlie Poppy is in town.
Yes.
Listen, he didn't just up and come here. He's checked the analytics. He knows it is good here. Now, when he comes here, he'll do some media and bang a show. If I come to Nigeria and I can't bang a show for Vanilla, and I'm just going to do media rounds, and he's not big there.
Okay,
it
so
make sense.
hold it where you've gotten to. One of the reasons why it is important to go, I said it when I was speaking to you digitally, that Accra is the largest media market in Africa outside of Lagos. You must be mad not to target Accra if you're promoting anything in the media. If you want to go to Lagos, it's the largest media market outside of Accra. So if you want to target the media, that is your aim. King Promise, when he now decided that it was time to attack Nigeria, is he not being booked in Abuja, booked in Lagos now? Yes, he is.
After how many years?
No.
After having what song?
No, but remember, initially, even when King Promise was being played in Nigeria, they were only coming for 1-2 days. If Whiskey comes to Ghana, what people forget is that everything is PR. By him even staying for 1 week, going to hang out without 2Bs, those videos alone is serious PR that does a different level of work. Burna Boy the same, Davido the same. It's not just going for media alone. Go for even parlay collaborations. It is part of the business.
So you see, again, you are speaking my language because, again, when Wiz is here, Wiz is not on radio. Davido was here before he went to Cameroon, the awards. He didn't come on radio. My point exactly is that they are so huge that, we have one common enemy, all of us. Yeah. Internet is the enemy.
Internet has finished everybody.
Look, I was speaking to my video director, Snares, right? And I think years back, I was telling him, Charlie, this red will they take shoot? Charlie, me atayao. This thing they shoot 4K. Let's go.
iPhone.
Good, let's go. He don't. Recently, I went to say, boss, our next shoot, we have to use this. I said, because you see, very soon, editors, I said, DJs, we're all going to lose our jobs. You know, I'm a graphic artist by profession. I don't have a job anymore. Because what I crack my brain to do, somebody will pick up a template and
just do it straight away.
See, so we need to identify the common enemy and learn its ways
how
and
to
go.
Use it.
And that's what our brothers in Nigeria have done so well. Look, he spoke about Amapiano in Nigeria. The South Africans, look, South Africa is the only developed
in Africa.
They are like Europe when you are there. Yes,
yeah,
so
they have winter, they have everything.
All the Sonys and what it be there they come first.
No, it's there that before we can even get approval in Lagos.
Yes,
it's from South Africa.
Thank you.
Till now.
So they'll be forever dinosaurs. They know these things. Yeah. So until we recognize that, I know be saying Nigerians they block we or this. Internet. Once you can get it right, you're gone. It's so simple.
All right, Robert. Robert, please come in.
It's been an amazing convo with you.
Thank you, brother.
I think we've already said that all the things you've explained a lot of things, and listening to you, I see a heart of an educator, more or less. So you always want to be able to explain stuff. So I want to delve into a little bit of what you did with respect to executing your 70-30. If it's possible for you to just go back on that and see or tell us exactly how the execution was done.
I think, just as I said, that DJ Abbas sent me a voice note. So I believe it was a movement like this that ultimately got the eyes of the administrators, the government, who now put a law down for the broadcasters.
It was a law.
It was a law. It was for the Broadcasting Commission in Nigeria.
Post the law. So the law was put there, and then what happened?
Straight away. Then people now have to respond to the stipulations in the law, or they will be fined. Okay. Media houses were being fined. 5 million naira, 6 million naira. They were being fined if they don't follow the law, because they also now started to demand logs.
Okay.
Yes, they'll demand your play log, because we also have an association that's trying to collect rights for musicians.
Right.
They want the radio logs too. So a lot of things have to now come together.
Because
to
once it's locked, it tells you the number of songs that were played.
So let me just once again.
Yeah.
So what it means is that the law was passed.
Yes.
And one of the biggest stakeholders were the people who were responsible for the royalties collection.
Yes.
So they almost sort of amplified
Of course.
that. And so what is the state of royalties
Right now,
With
the
respect to-
royalties organization and the media are always at loggerheads. Oh yes, because the royalties, the media platforms see the royalty organizations, especially after the law was passed, as just wanting to come and collect money. But we changed it for you guys now. It's us that started to play the music and increased the amount of plays that they're getting. You know, Africans, that's how we are.
Right.
You know, instead of seeing what is supposed to be what, we're also going to see what is it. So the royalties organization, there's a different conversation with that one, where the musicians feel that the royalties organization are not doing what they're supposed to be doing they're not paying the artists what they're worth and paying them regularly. That's number one. And number two, not standing up for them enough in these conversations. However, every dog has its day.
Right.
In the African sayings, they said, Omo buruku lojo te. A bad child has his day of positivity. So even though the royalties organization, as much as they haven't really been in good standing with musicians and creatives, their attack and persistence for the media platforms to follow the law also compelled the media platforms to follow the law.
So, you see, I was here. I said a couple of things before. I said the reason why any radio station, television station will play foreign material is they want to cripple locals. You have a different perception. You say, oh, we don't have enough. I said, we have plenty. Me, when I was starting, I had signed, I can mention their name if you want me to mention the platform. Atlantis Radio, I had to sign a waiver that I don't want my royalties before they played African girls on there. That is sad. I keep telling you this all the time. That is why we allow this whole foreign insurgents is because we want to get free stuff to run our stuff. And look, today, if Gamro and any other collection society cannot do their work, it is your boss, other bosses who are hounding them not to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Because, I beg, look, because when we spend money to create music, facts, we don't get nothing.
Facts.
I'm an executive producer. I don't make nothing. I can tell you the people who make money in this space. DJs, video directors, even producers. Executive producers don't make that, and that is why there are no investments in this thing.
Because royalties,
Yes,
what you have to survive on.
we don't get it. Massa, you don't collect money.
Yeah,
Bro, you know they collect money. You be producer.
Bulldog.
It be my session, so if you still tomorrow, it's okay.
I just want to make a
Come on, sit
You
down.
fly too much. Witchcraft.
Okay, bring it to me.
You know, you
make a go. Make a
It's okay. You landed. No. I know. I understand your passion, and that's the reason why I had to ask it. So what it is right now, I asked this because it is in the law. According to the cultural policy, which I don't know why it is not being implemented.
It's the fines.
Yes, it is there.
It's fine.
Kwame doesn't even read it yesterday. Made a reference to
but
it.
there are a lot of laws that are not working.
So my point is that if it is there, all you need to do is to wake it up.
The Broadcasting Commission
You understand what I'm
now
saying?
they will
Why?
now have
It's there.
to wake it up.
Talk, here.
Why?
The people who sit on that panel, they all wait.
Who oppose the law? No, I'm asking you a question.
Listen,
Who
if it's
oppose
part
the law?
of the law,
A few in the court.
if it's part of the law,
All I'm saying
then
is that
you
it
need
exists.
You need the commission
Good.
to do their job.
Yeah.
Cannot.
No,
What is
so that's another
I'm
What is
telling
it they cannot?
Hold on, that's
They
another
will
question.
not.
Wait.
Not that they cannot. They can.
I beg, wait. I want to tell you something. When all of us fly out to London, to wherever, we follow the rules.
Facts.
When we come here, we don't follow. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I understand
me
you.
I beg, wait. Listen.
Why we don't follow?
I don't know.
But who is supposed to enforce the law?
You know the government.
Good.
Yes.
But can you get them to
Obi-
afford the
Obi-
law?
Obi-
So that's another
Obi-
conversation.
Institutions are not working. Institutions are not working.
The 70-30%.
Institutions are not working.
Was it just for radio?
You heard him
stations
saying
or-
that.
Media.
It was just for media.
Yeah,
So the
bro.
pubs whatsoever not really a part of that.
You cannot influence. You see, the DJs, personal DJs, will become influenced by what the public is listening to.
That's
The
what I said
only
on
place,
the air.
the
Let the
only
media start
place,
this campaign.
So the
It will
only
trickle.
place in Africa that the media is still this strong, the only place in the world that the media is still this strong is Africa, because internet hasn't penetrated the locals
Enough.
enough.
Yes.
In the UK, everybody has their own playlist.
yeah.
I don't listen to radio anymore.
I've said this.
Even though I started my career there, I respect the radio. When artists come, I point them towards digital platforms
Podcasts, no.
than radio platforms. However, in Africa, we spend more time in traffic. Since yesterday that I've been here, there's no radio station I haven't listened to. I've listened to hits, I've listened to everyone.
You'll be
I'm-
surprised. There were over 40 radio stations.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna lie.
but the thing is,
No,
what
because
I'm
he's
saying
always-
is-
he's in traffic,
So when
so
I'm in traffic,
boredom.
when you get somewhere as well, maybe the service is not good for this radio.
Then
You
you
tune to
switch.
another one.
Right.
So you're constantly listening to radio, and it's the music that's being played there that will influence the person in the car.
Agreed.
So once the law is implemented with the media platforms, the broadcasting companies are finding people. When they find you 200,000 CDs because the host of the breakfast show is only playing R&B, the CEO will call you upstairs and say, "Listen, I'm not paying any fine."
That's the.
So
That's the
who's
So now
writing
you know
the
the
law?
kind of conversations you
That's
should
it.
be having.
I'm saying
Nobody said it all the time.
Yeah, I
Nobody
say it all
said
the
it.
time.
So okay, now
Our people cannot do
the
it.
last
Public
part of
policy.
my convo.
Yeah.
Well, last two though.
Yeah.
The
Last one.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah, but it's on the phone. Okay, so 20 years of immersion in Nigeria
Yes.
with their local stuff. And the question now is, what's the kind of relationship that you have within people who like the corporate world and then the music business industry? I'm trying to understand
the corporate
kind
world.
of people who are within the space and running the music industry.
Listen, the corporate world is very essential to the music business and the entertainment industry, because that's usually where the funding comes from, the sponsors and co. In Nigeria, we've been blessed that over the last 15-20 years, a lot more sponsors have come to the table to really support the musicians and the creatives. That's been undeniable. However, it's still a massive challenge, because the corporate world is also still run by our brothers and sisters, where Africans in position of power sometimes make things unbearable. I still said 2 weeks ago, and I said to the musicians, I said, there are, for example, Wizkid went to some of the darkest ghettos in Nigeria last week, where the children and
I
the
saw it.
people have
There's-
been
there's
cut
some
off.
the river on top of some
They're
river.
cut off of electricity, and in Lagos, it's not in Ebusho, in Lagos, where you have to travel by canoe and stuff like that.
No, we have one here in Zulezu.
So the musicians, but
No, not in Accra. I'm saying we have.
So he's saying
it's in Lagos, close to the island. So close to the
Accra
island.
places they. Ah,
Polygon and Choco and things. Sure.
What me I'm now saying that
Madam
as
Nakata,
the
right?
artists can get sponsorship from the corporate bodies for their own personal use, you can also compel these corporate bodies to invest in those places. You can easily say, let's do something. It's going to be, branded by my own, whatever, but we want to build a community center here just to invest in because by waiting for government every time, we're never going to get anything done. And the corporate organizations at the moment have the money. But like Bulldog said, a lot of the entertainers, that's the next level of education now, that we now have to start educating our brothers and sisters that the power is in your hands. After they give you your own sponsorship to be the ambassador for Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever it is, you can also now say, please, an extra money, come and do something in my local community, and I will be the face of it. But you guys can sponsor it. They will be happy to do it.
right. Hits 103.9 FM. In case you just tuned in, you're listening to Showbiz Review, probably brought to you by Vodafone. Vodafone says the future. Yes. What? Okay. A big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise. Now, there are lots of comments. I nearly said few. Abu, hey, Charlie, flying him about your guys here. Abu Dhabi, Sean John. Previously, what was his name? What was
DXD or so?
Okay. Okay. It's a Shopsy, like you said. This is a very important topic, and it's good to actually hear it from you, an expert and a non-Ghanaian, in order for our people to really understand what damage really it is they take part in. Thanks for this forum, bro. Respect 100. Opokwe Sian says, I love this gentleman. Abdul Mubarak Baba says, listen to wisdom. Okay. Rockmaster says, Nigeria got PR in the building real fast. Okay. Egbe Ekene, I think he's Nigerian. He says, all this topic. What we're saying, okay, it says, well, we are canceling Blacko in Nigeria. If anyone plays music here, it will be a big problem. I swear to God. But that thing, and I see a lot of people are biting him already, chewing him already.
Nobody can cancel Blacko. Listen, Black Sheriff is as important to Nigerian music as is as important to Ghanaian music. Black Sheriff's sermon, we didn't understand a word of it, but we felt the message in that song. And that is it. So nobody, I say it once again, ain't nobody is canceling nobody in Nigeria.
Thank you. I hear you have to leave now, unfortunately.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I really appreciate the hard work you're doing. And I just want you guys to know that you're not just in a studio here in Accra. Yeah. Your message travels the world, and that's why people like us clamor to come on your incredible platform. You're very, very vital to us. Where you point us to is where Africans in diaspora go to. So don't take your roles for granted. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Adam, you said you want to say something?
What I want to say is that, I mean, Ghana has always been a player in this whole insurgence of African music. I mean, from Ghana, Hip Life Days to UK. I mean, the various stakeholders in the value chain have played their role diligently. We should not, give up on that. And we shouldn't.
Go ahead.
We shouldn't give up on that. All we need to do is that we need to be motivated to do better, to be able to, because I feel that the speed and the kind of verve we use to run things has gone down a bit. And I mean, those who are leading the charge, and by now would have been very crucial, have also taken their legs off the pedal, and I think that is what has affected us. But I know there are other new crops of people in the space and other things. I mean, we need to keep working harder because we've done it before, and we can continue to do it. So let's all work hard and make it happen, because nothing happens easily. You need to work hard.
Right. Hammer of the last two is here with us. Producer Hammer of the last two.
I come for the lion in den. The matter where I want swerve away.
This matter they don't go fit swerve up. You have two. In fact, two matters. Not be one matter or three matters. Two counts. Serious issue there for you. You, Mr. Logic, they attacked you last week. Say if you are part of the reasons Hip Life died. They say you do music. You say they go sell A1 bread. So we'll discuss that. But first, you heard Shopsy or Adesope telling us about the Play Ghana initiative, that they've heard it in Nigeria, and yes, it's generated some talk. You are not very comfortable with the way they are handling it. And so, what do you think should be the right approach? Please get closer.
Well, it's not really about. I think it sounds very good. Sound and is are two different things. You know, I think that timing is also an issue. And, you know, this is a kind of a situation where an abusive husband who beats his wife and his kids is receiving guests this evening. So he tells them, I need you to wear makeup. I need you to smile. You kids, I need you guys to smile when they come.
Just to fake it.
To just
cover up.
Just for a moment. I think the fundamentals, we had an opportunity to fix the fundamentals. 7 years of this administration. Mark is 3 years old in it, right? Or 2 years?
3
years old in the administration. He had an opportunity to make this right. Mark is not only an art enthusiast. He participated. He's a pioneer.
A true player.
He's one of the people who began this thing. So he knows the problems the artists go through. He knows about this login system, which should have been done a long time ago. Now, this initiative, whoever brought it, kudos. But you see, there's 3 ways to handle this thing. The first is the ultimatum, which is how the Nigerians went about it. Better play 70% or else. That's an ultimatum. They made sure their radio stations had this law. You better play this or else you face this. And there's an incentive area where you throw subsidies to radio stations. Joy FM. If you indeed play 70%, you are eligible for this tax relief. And apart from that, the artist's point, how do we benefit from this thing? Login system. The login system is designed for artists to eat. Before we go to do Ashake level 200, 300K dollar videos, we need to make the boys eat. Now, the investors we spoke about earlier on, the reason why Ghanaian investors are shying away from this thing is because the avenues of revenue is not guaranteed. It's non-existent as well. People you can't make a case to a businessman that say, if you give me 1 million Ghana, make a put this project, this is how much you take. There are avenues of revenue which have been blocked. Mark in moves, I expected, is by now Mark should help Gamro secure the data it needs to start the login system. Some people came to Gamro. I think the Kisama people or whatever, they came to. They didn't have data, and so they couldn't work with them. I think that this thing, I didn't like what happened. It was a photo op charade. And Mark was there. You see what I'm saying? Whoever bought the idea did well. But Mark, being the key holder to the creative arts industry, should have taken a better approach. You know what I'm saying? And you see, most of the artists who were there are veterans. They don't have anything to prove to anybody again. You know, Blacko was the only one who stands to lose anything on that stage. You know, the others were veterans and they don't have anything to prove to anybody again. But as Blacko is facing the backlash, I expected Mark them to issue a statement to not only
no, it seems the deputy minister
Reggie for Protect Arm.
Yes.
Samini for Protect Arm. The people where they come stand there with the small boy, but now they speak out for the boys.
Yes. Exactly.
You see, but that be how we do. We they set people up. When one person speak,
was it meant
right
for
now,
a setup?
he wasn't.
No.
He had the right to say, he had the right. No, he's not a small boy. Bulldog.
Oh, but Bulldog, when he said that, then you make it look like. Please. When he said that, it makes it look like. I beg. When he said that, it makes it seem they threw him under the bus. Like, hey, go and speak, so that we will be behind.
But it wasn't meant like aftermath. He's talking about the aftermath.
Yes.
After everything has happened, we know that the only person who suffers is Blacko.
Thank you.
Nobody else suffers on that stage. They have nothing to prove to anybody again. Blacko is in his prime, so he has a lot to prove.
Good.
Now,
should have known that.
The only crime he committed was listen to his elders and show up.
Yes.
If he hadn't come,
yes,
the boys could talk. Say, you see, small boy,
you know the respect.
Yeah, Frau Umba.
Yes, Samini is on Twitter.
Yes.
Back and forth with Shatawale for what? He should be using his energy, exerting that energy to protect Blacko.
You see,
but Samini is also a brand.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Now everybody pick.
No, after the back, everybody pick Blacko.
Yeah.
They won't kill him. So protect the boy. As you am there, they protect him. But nobody's talking for him. And my point, sorry, I catch you out. I beg. Listen. No, Adeka.
You are too bold.
Yeah, because this thing is
let me go for a quick
Don't
commercial.
do that. You don't worry us. Let us land and go for the commercial break.
But there's somebody that talk. Why they come? Listeners, stay with us. We'll be right back. When we return, commercial. We'll be right back.
You won't collect.
Yeah, it'll be very important. It'll be very important. But what are you thinking? When we come back, listeners, please stay with us. Don't go yet. I'll be reading your comments. Hammer of the last two is with us, and well, he's going to stay till we end the show today. We go chop some bread. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Make ticket reservations on
Baby tonight, yeah. Baby tonight, we've on. We've on. Oh, black on, yeah, black man, can you go? Breathe on, blink at them. blink, I don't, blink, blink, I don't, blink, I don't, blink, blink, I don't, blink, blink, blink. Yeah, thought I knew no men to roll me memorize and one is a activity. Yeah, yeah. Thought I knew no men to roll me memorize and one is a activity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thought I knew no men to roll me memorize and what, baby, yeah. Okay, young Pacoros, 1, 2, baby tonight, yeah. We've on, we've on, go, we've on. Oh, Blanca, on your Black Panther, go. Breathe on, blink at them. Blink, I don't, blink, blink, I don't. Blink, I don't, blink, blink, I don't. Sleep on, but take the phone. Clank, 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 clank. Pick the phone. Clank, 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 clank. Girl, pick the phone. We've on, we've on. Oh, Blanca, on your Black Panther, I black woman, I'm in the plane. Doctor. I bet we stand, doctor. Yeah, baby, yeah. Okay, see. Yeah, thought I knew no men to rock me memorize and one is a mat TV to mommy take it rise. We are 2 Jimmy and yes, Sultana rise, arise. Sugar cane for plenty flies. Thought I'm yes sober, me a calm, minium naxon to Siabi, bring me a poultry farm. Yakusim Banka me a town. Damn, so strong, me a fan. We've on, Oblanta on your Black Panther. Yeah.
This is his. Selling for 400 Ghana cedis per
baby tonight. Yeah. Baby tonight. We've on. Oblanta on your Black Panther. Go. Breathe on. Blink at them. Blink at them.
Info Center. Blink at them.
Yeah. Thought I knew no men to roll me memorize and one is a mat. Yeah. Thought I knew no men to rock me memorize and one is a mat. Yeah. Thought I knew no men to rock me memorize and one, baby. Okay, young Pacoros, 1, 2. Baby tonight, yeah. We've on. We've on, go. We've on. Oh, Blanca, on your Black Panther, go.
Your Christmas with us here on your number 1 radio station.
Clank, 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 clank. Pick the phone. Clank, 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 clank. Go. Pick the phone. We've on. Oh, Blanca on your Black Panther. I black woman, I'm in the plane.
Alrighty, welcome back here on Hits 103.9 FM. This is Showbiz Review with Andy Dusty. New music from Dada Hafko. What's a pupua will be the a big thank you to Betway. Go for gold and bet risk free on the new season with Betway. Use the golden booking code found on the Betway site to bet on selected match weeks and get 100% back as a free bet on any losses. Terms and conditions apply. Just log on to www.betway.com.gh. That's right. No under 18, regulated by the Gaming Commission. It's a new world of doing business and your business shouldn't be left out. It's time to get a Momo for Business today to accept payment from over 15 million Momo customers. All you need is a business registration certificate and your Ghana card. Applying to be MTN Momo merchant has been made simple and fast. You just have to dial *5051# and you are good to go. Game Park. The eagerly anticipated Pick One game has arrived with a bang. Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stake and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 cedi to 350 Ghana cedis. and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick 1 game by Game Park. Play by dialing star 946 hash on all networks via the website. You need some energy. Yeah, you need some energy this morning. So let's get some energy in the studio. Welcome back. In the studio, Robert Klah, Hammer of the last two, Bulldog, Mensah-Tsotorme, and Mr. Logic.
I was on the floor. I beg, will you cut? Or you want rewind?
The mic.
Yes.
Okay.
I say, you see,
I beg. Let me say a big thank you to UBA.
Why?
Because UBA is Africa's global bank. UBA will humble you. They will make you cool down because they're giving you 10% interest PA on your cash over 3 months. Which bank does that? Your bank know they do so. From now to February 2024, Bulldog, UBA Super Savings promo is on. All you need is to deposit 300 Ghana cedis or more and gain extra cash. The kids' school fees. You want travel, go see your pickings for Germany. You don't get money for tickets. UBA go sort you out. Yes. How much they can release in your album? They go sort up. UBA that they listen. Yeah. Call 0800 833 833 and they will sort you. I am not going to Bulldog. I'm starting from Hammer.
Everybody has ceded their time to me. Listen.
Hey, what?
We did this country. Where the deputy we did this country where Mark they come tell us say artists, managers and people they be errand boys. Just last week that thing they go do for them, no? Where people they talk, no? That be that day where I say Mark be the biggest errand boy. They don't. You see this government, nobody really respect Mark for that.
Why do you say that?
Let me show. Do you know Gomsky?
I know Gomsky.
Gogomi.
Yeah,
hardworking guy.
It's true.
But he worked with R2Bs for how many years? All this while. Good. He's not the executive producer of R2Bs. R2Bs spend their own money on their project. He's a manager. I respect him for that. How is Gomi? What is he coming to lecture? Like, what is he coming to tell Marco Kreku Mante, who has single-handedly risen high? You know who Mark is? And I've said this again, and I'll say it again. Mark as a person, I can never disrespect. But Mark the politician,
why
you know go get zero respect from me, sir.
Hold on.
He has failed and keep
you are
failing,
the same
and that is why he lost the election. He will lose again, and he go forget. He forget politics. And when he come back here,
what has that got to do with?
I'm telling you, because when he went there, he wanted to push his own agenda.
What did he say?
Didn't you hear him go to?
What did he say?
He went to court over land. He be
land. No. I'm saying on that platform. Why are you getting so personal about it?
He didn't say anything. He was just sitting down.
No, he addressed.
What did he say?
He made his point. So if you didn't get what he said, why do you come here saying things that you didn't hear?
So what did he say?
He didn't say anything.
Thank you.
So don't say that. Exactly. Don't sit there and say stuff you don't know.
Say anything.
What do you?
What did he say?
He said you should. He said yes. He gave a lecture. If you didn't hear what he said, then you need to sit. Then you need to apologize for all the words you mentioned earlier.
What I'm saying is what
you're
he said.
You're a very bad person.
What he said is meaningless.
But did you listen to
very bad boy.
Very bad boy.
And very disrespectful, Bulldog. You are very disrespectful.
Bulldog attack on Mark. Mark, consider it political. You know.
But why must you attack him?
I understand. If the NDC MPP fight.
You sat here and just said that Okreku Mate has single-handedly raising what.
No, Bulldog. You see, when you started speaking, I'm like, okay, let me just listen to the end to see what you were trying to say.
What I'm
but
saying
you attacked him, and then you didn't really say what he said.
And you still accorded him the respect, yes.
Because the guy spoke and he advised and he explained things.
Wait, hold on. Make come in. So, which platform be that? Was it Ministry of Information?
Yes.
Would they run that area? It be Mark and Insubad?
No,
it's a ministry.
Okay, so what was Mark doing there?
Oh, but it's an information.
It was an art platform.
Okay, so he approved of it. His presence approves of whatever we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So he can be implicated as one of the gurus behind it, because on Penny and Kombajina. Now, Mark, when we say Mark has failed us as musicians, is because since Mark went, we were under the impression that Mark, being somebody who went through what we went through, who was present when the distributors were chopping us from the beginning, who sailed through the digital era and knows our problems. Gumroad was a board member at Gumroad. Mark will be in the best position to fix everything. Mark went there and he was thinking about his political career. Making moves for himself. And that is sad. It is very sad. I think that I don't have anything bad to say about Mark, the person. But Mark, the politician, like Bulldog is saying, has failed us. Now,
so all of a sudden the conversation has shifted to Mark.
We all want to say something.
I want us to stay around the
Mark text you,
all the time.
If he control you. If you talk to them, listen.
Bulldog, let me tell you something. Listen to me, Bulldog. Nobody go fit control.
Me I dey control you. No be the talk. No be talk where they talk. If me dey control you, I change your
Bulldog.
Interview the
Bulldog.
change
Bulldog.
your trajectory.
Bulldog.
I see so you dey look.
Bulldog, get out of the studio.
I will not go.
I just got you talking. You.
So,
right.
In conclusion, I'm trying to say that the fundamentals are weak. You can't do this charade. That's what I explained earlier on about, an abusive husband trying to create a facade for guests who are coming tonight. He's telling his wife that he has beaten to wear makeup. He's telling his children that he oppresses to smile just because there are visitors coming. And if they go, we go back to square one. You can't come and tell us that it's Christmas and so make we all do like we are Ghana. Then when the thing make over, no, you pass your place, we don't go hear from you again. We have, it be settings, exactly. We have agenda. Our agenda be saying, the login system for work, make the boys eat. So what benefits this thing go give us? It won't give us anything if we play 80%. Unless the login system be available, the jukeboxes, the DJs, the radio stations, the gyms, especially the gyms, the hotels,
right,
the events,
restaurants, pubs.
Listen, America, in the 80s, 90s, if the jukebox, when you catch there, you go put money and listen music. Now, as it evolved to the DJs, the pubs for America, they are supposed to log in everything they play that night. Otherwise, they will shut their pub down. Gyms, nightclubs, if you don't present your login of what you played this night for the law, for the authorities, your club will be shut down. So the DJs where they play parties to, it doesn't take anything to write what you are playing.
Not all of them are professionals.
Exactly, but when you are enforcing, when like Gumroad squad, they are around town, because when you do a party, you advertise it. They will know that you are doing something here. They will come and they will ask you to present what you are playing today.
They don't do that. Do you know what they do? They rather ask for certificates.
They are underfunded, and your man there, the creative arts area now, he has to create the funds. If I be one a mouthpiece, Mark for go make noise.
No. Won't chop MP.
Exactly. If I go make noise, say, Charlie, this is what we went through. This is what we need. Listen, like me, a good day, social media, they talk about Mark every day. They praise him. Because we all went through. Mark, let me tell you something. Mark, where you make a buy SNET insurance first. I there with Mark 2004, 2003, with a chop kinky for the back somewhere. Where some woman come in there. A woman came to Mark, and Mark excused himself, and he took some money from his pocket, gave it to the woman, and signed some small book. I'm like, what with this? He said, oh, I'm a SNET. I'm so what? He said, yeah, I've been paying this thing for the past 10 years. This is important.
Wow.
And I'm saying, what? That day, Mark gave me the girl, he sought me out up to now. The girl will call me every week. The little I get, I go fire give him, then he sign. Mark has contributed something big in my life. Where right now, as my old boy die and things, me my contribution or it come from that area. You see, it's important. And the good thing about that one is that you go take any amount you like anytime.
Right.
And I'll never forget what Mark did for me that day.
Mark the person.
Yes. But as Mark entered this politics thing, with JSC, no parking. And now all focusing on Nyamabia, I don't think, I'm not happy. And when I see, as I see say he did that some, that's why the whole thing bore me. He did that some, and we are still suffering from this login issue.
He said there was meaningless, exactly.
What did he say?
Can I say
Everything he said. I'm saying that the fact
But
that he comes
until you prove what he said, you can't say it's meaninless.
Andy.
That's
Andy,
for
can
me,
I say
I
something?
think it's an error.
Can I say briefly say something?
Make us.
Are you saying or I should say?
Make us say.
Okay, you say.
Okay.
So I don't want you to interject me, so you go ahead and say.
Grateful. So I'm a bit uncomfortable.
Thank you.
I'm a bit uncomfortable because Mark is not here. And well, it doesn't have to be here before we say the things we are saying, but the reality is Mark the shot caller. That doesn't even have a boss. If we are going to say that the office is not delivering on what is required of it, let's call the office and say this particular office, Ministry of Arts and Tourism, is not giving us what we want.
Can we answer your question?
I'm coming.
You can't answer. He's not asking you a question. He's not asking you a question.
Because you see, we have
now you're making me uncomfortable.
We have areas of boss. 1 second, please. No. We have areas of interest. I'm coming, sir. We have areas of interest. We have requirements. We have things that we think that the ministry should address. Let's not single out a person who came from amongst us, has gone to the place, and we may not necessarily have full info about what their powers are and how what it stretches to. And just focus on one particular person. I think we should call out the ministry and say the ministry is not delivering.
No, listen.
Otherwise, then I feel like we are just focusing on the person because he's probably the only person that is available.
The inmates are running the jail. When they say the inmates are running the jail, what it means is that Obia na okaya ho, and na say our power
in charge,
power circle. No, that is how we get saved. We get saved because somebody who was with us is now in that hall.
Exactly.
He's in the room.
Exactly.
No, that's all. What else do you want? Where back we call what ministry?
Can I?
Our boy is in the room.
Yeah.
So if our boy did the room, if what they talk, listen, even if
so
the people are not, if the people are not agreeing, Mr. Shawa, even when the people are not agreeing, we'll know. Say, Mark, listen, they will. Japan is a pure example. If Japan was with us in the music industry and he entered that place, oh God,
yes,
we go know.
Yes,
he will talk. He will tell them, say, look, this is what we are going through. You are talking about tourism. Music be fundamental for tourism. You know the money we go bring in if you fix our area. You won't go do your MP.
Now you know the difference between
Can I
Buddha.
Mark.
Yeah. Okay.
Before Kennedy get money, then it gets in balls.
Mark don't be like that. Mark don't get balls.
Andy. I mean, this whole assertion by Bulldog and Hammer on the personality of Mark.
You did that, you know.
Come on. I mean, it's your right to speak or say things you want to say, but let me also say what I also know.
Have a right.
Yes, I have a right to say this. I think we over expected too much from Mark. That's where the problem is. And Hammer asks whether the platform was for the Ministry of Tourism and Arts or for Ministry of Information.
Yes, I wanted to know.
Yes, Mark represented at the seminar, right, at the presser, which was an indication that he is directly involved in this campaign. So I don't know what else we're expecting to do, because if Mark wasn't there, who would have
represented
very
us?
Good, he represented us.
He didn't represent us.
No, but he represented us. Oh, but you did. Samini is not a deputy minister. Samini is just a stakeholder.
Yes.
What am I saying?
So I'm saying all the people there were representing us.
No, but Samini is not in the same position. Samini is not in the position of Mark.
Oh,
Bulldog, let me talk, please.
Samini
is not in.
I'll interject.
Samini is not in the same position as Mark. He's not on Mark's level. Good. Mark represents government. So if you are looking for a policy, government to enact a policy, you had Mark there. So why are you saying that if Mark should have? This is the time. The time is now. They are doing it. The process is going on. Now, Amma recounted that 3 years, Mark has been in office 3 years ago. Why are we still talking this way? I mean, with the login system with Gamma, why hasn't he been able to make sure that this system has been working all this while? And I'm saying that the system of government. You can't say that you don't understand bureaucracy is part of government. In fact, that Mark is working for government. He's not working for himself.
So
Mark cannot. The point is, you have to go through the process.
No,
he cannot. Mark cannot force.
Robert,
people.
Guys,
not government.
Bulldog, are you saying that if you were deputy minister of art, you'll be able to have been able to drive this agenda long ago?
Like you go see for this time.
Bulldog, let me ask you this. Okay, hold on.
No,
I beg.
If you administrative, Bulldog, don't be giddy.
Hold on.
Don't be giddy.
So Bulldog, here you are.
Yes.
If you administrative,
we give you the power to manage Hits FM. You work directly under someone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the person is in charge of implementation, or you take orders from him. Can you do things without the person's approval? Of course, I'm asking you.
The job is not okay. Make a take from for you.
No, I'll make it.
No, make a just.
No, is it like we go see? No. Hammer, let him answer.
The job is not to go and overrule your boss's policy agenda. The job is to make a case so good.
But what makes you think
hold on. No,
But why you make the case for? You make it in a place where nobody hears.
Thank you. So how would you can come out and say I made a case? I made a case for you guys. You cannot come out and say that.
Make I use myself. I don't go far. Now, I don't do bread for my life before. I'm a musician, and lo and behold, somebody trusted me with a bread company on the level.
We'll come to that. This guy will deal with you hard.
I'm talking about a bread company pre-COVID. Before COVID, we were doing 60,000 loaves a day.
Wow.
This is not a joke business. 3 banks where they come, the office come take money every day. Now, make I show you something. I enter there. As I enter A1 Bread, I start work. People do bread business long time ago. I didn't have any experience. But why they put me in charge? Why my partner put me in charge and gave me that stake was because I made a great case about sales. I went there. I didn't go there to go and listen to whoever was saying. I went there and I said, look, I have a great idea. I know how we can sell. I know how we can sell this amount. I'm bringing people onto the streets. I'm building aprons. I know how to do this thing. Enthusiasm. I was marketing to 2 people, consumers and vendors. I make this so attractive for vendors to want to sell with us. I was doing fufu parties. We draw 10. Boys on my tongue dear paano and they be fufu. I created a situation. My boss they watch me, and he allowed me to do things. Now, if Mark enter that space and Mark makes a case of how he can take this music business to another level, make sure that revenue is coming in, and taxing the boys. Right now they won't tax the boys when they go perform and things, but how there was an opportunity to make this thing happen. Mark being there, the man where Mark day in under, he doesn't know much about music. He doesn't know. He's on a level. He's like a technocrat. Mark was supposed to school him.
Thank you.
Because you, Mark, you've been successful. When with free joy, you know.
Yeah.
Debbie, you are telling me about your fears. How you enter some place and you know go fit talk. Me, I go fit talk.
No, not fears.
No.
Everything that he said he was allowed. His partner gave him. He was allowed. His partner permitted him.
I made the case. Hold on.
It's FA 103.9.
Drive the elephant in the room.
Listeners, in case you're just tuning in, you're listening to Hits 103.9 FM. Please let Hammer finish. Robert.
I think he doesn't understand the allowed. Yes. Allowed, no, the mean say they pluck me where they put me for there. Allowed to say I make case.
Yes, you stated the case.
I made a
sensible,
serious presentation.
Sensible.
And I said, look, I will sell this thing like CDs.
Yes.
Trust me, I know how to do. I don't need to know how to bake bread.
Yes.
I'm gonna run this thing for you.
Yeah.
I made a case.
And then you were allowed.
No, I made a case.
And then you were allowed.
Hold on.
And then you were allowed.
It made sense.
That is why.
But
and then you were allowed.
Since you left, the bread has gone down.
And you were allowed.
Why?
No.
Hold
Since
on.
he left, the bread goes down.
The same person where you the fight
And then you were allowed.
I'm trying to make.
Because it made sense.
But you were allowed.
Yes.
Oh, can you allow the gentleman
Listen,
to speak?
if Mark makes a good case, he will be allowed.
Yes, thank you.
That be all because listen,
Government is different
MPP,
from
the ultimate,
Allah.
private sector. No, we to
Yeah.
people don't
Logic.
go with the money on the ministry. Read the money to the ministry. You understand?
I say if I make cooler, I for be pandit. I for be pandit. If I make cool, your man go. So listen to me. I will show how me and Bulldog they talk for studio. With they argue past logic and
No, fact. That be why the day you come YouTube, you make quiet. I'm boss.
Yeah, because
just make them know.
Make I show you. Listen. Listen, they're allowed and they try talk now. Mark was allowed when he was giving the nod. Entering there be the allow no.
Yes.
Now if they allow you, make you enter the room some. Now Mark, you for make a case. MPP ultimately is looking for people who can deliver so that they will get votes.
Good.
Now, who told you that if you make a great case and you make a great delivery, a plan that is that requires less money.
Yes.
A plan that requires
a
plan that requires less money, but you could deliver because MPP not get somebody where you know how. That be why you mark you enter you know how. You make a case, show MPP. MPP want two things. Let's make Ghana better and let's win re-election. It be only two things. Yes. How do we make Ghana better and win re-election? You are in here with us. You know what's going on the ground in the music industry. Come and show us. Tell us what you need to do. Yeah, I mean, sure. There is no place. Ultimately deliver.
Boss.
But listen.
They don't mind
you see,
this guy.
don't.
You know why? Are you not asking for a creative arts person to be made the minister? Why are you not asking for a creative arts person?
Let me show you why. Let me
Why are we having this conversation?
Let me answer.
No. Oh, let him ask. No.
Give somebody in the arts who understands it, and then see whether the conversation is How are we having this conversation?
Hold on.
Cannot look at
Robert,
ministry. Somebody calls the shots.
Robert, please.
Let me answer.
Okay, guys. No, hold on. Please let Hammerland so that you can answer Robert's question.
It looks like people feel the minister has the power in a ministry. Listen, the director has the numbers. The director does almost
the chief director
the entire job in a ministry. Now the deputy minister does the groundwork. He is the person they deal with. They hardly deal with the
main minister.
The main minister. So Mark is in the best position. Mr. Loti, Mr. Rawa. Mark is in the best position to make things right. Listen, me, I'm not a politician. If I bug that place, you see, there's something about people who know what is right and what is wrong. If you have agenda, we go see. You won't object too much when they say this. You say yes, sir, because you have. It's a means to an end. You know where you are going. So this you also be kunsno prepare kusie hu nkopra.
Obrafo influence.
Inti anyama na ubeya ebetimi asay o political career no. You won't even tamper with it.
Right.
You know that you make enemies. These people don't want to do this. No, put your feet on the ground. Make the target you say, oh no, Mark. They will love you when they see that your thing is working. If your thing is really working, they will know. They be human beings. The party not be some what you call it? It not be some entity where it bleed where it be human beings. They make up the party. So if indeed Mark has come and he's trying to disrupt their plan, some money where for come the creative arts. Like Sikano call energy ministry, call her. Mark say chinchina, you hear bibi waha. Say be now here Mark, make a case. What do you mean you need this thing here? If it doesn't make sense, we'll leave you. Will it transpire for re-election? Will it translate into re-election? Will it make the ministry better? Will it make Ghana better? Will the musicians be happy? if these things are in check, nobody will refuse you. If they say the team be something be way so that be
all right, Robert. He said he's asking you a question.
He asked already. I know the
no,
question.
We didn't hear. Please allow the gentleman.
Okay, ask the question again. I beg, ask the question again.
You were
saying why are we not attacking?
What I'm saying is this.
Allow.
Let's not single Mark and say Mark should have done X or should have done Y. Yes, you can say that.
No, I need
but
to
what
read
I'm
this out.
But what I'm saying is this.
Sorry.
Business principles.
When I read it, you understand.
Listen, business principles.
The chief director.
He gave his information based on business principles. I hear that. But what are the rules when it comes to running the ministry? Who calls the shot? Who is the top dog in that particular place? Whose vision?
Okay,
are we supposed to follow and are we supposed to execute? Yeah. And what is our responsibility as industry persons with respect to the ministry? So you understand what I'm saying? Now, we cannot just get up and say, if we feel the ministry is not delivering, then we need to be able to ask questions to the ministry. Okay. Even if it means once a quarter for them to give us the state of the industry address and tell us what they are doing, and we will give them feedback, we need to do that. But to single out one person who's been able to reach there and not really clearly tell what he has done wrong in reference to what has been written or what his role is, I think that it's inappropriate.
Let me also come in.
No,
no,
your shouting will not change anything. Read up. Let me read this.
Let me read something.
You don't be the host. Shut up, you don't be the host.
No, let him finish. Let him read. Let him finish.
It's just two paragraphs.
Please read it.
No.
Please read it.
No, I know go read. No, and do your work.
This is
I'm doing my work. Okay.
Do your job.
My job is yes. You can't.
No, that's me. Why you go roll over me? He no go talk. You no go talk. You no go talk. If you mean you ask question, make answer. You dey fear my answer.
Logic.
You dey fear my answer. You dey fear my answer. You dey fear my answer.
Logic. Read it.
Adi.
Okay, you no go read.
It's FA 103.9.
We close.
Okay.
Read here.
Close.
Why say you don't go read?
Why don't go read?
Before you go talk, why you don't read?
Let me read to talk seriously.
Why?
What are you afraid of? It's a continuation.
Don't call police, come take your phone. Don't call police, come take your phone.
You put out the question, and Bulldog has an answer to it.
It's a continuation.
Oh, don't spoil it, please. Now, guys, now listen to me, elders. Now, this is what I want to say. Please listen to what I've got to say. Please listen. I'm the host of the show, and I wish, with due respect, you listen to what I say. Thank you. What have you got to say?
Okay, now this. You see, if Mark has no power, because what is being spread around here is that Mark has been muzzled, he's not being allowed to do what he's supposed to do and all that. If Mark has no power, he will never be vetted for the job.
Right.
Bombo clats.
Hey, don't use that.
Is this what he wanted to say? Is this what he wanted to say? This is pointless.
Listen.
No. This is so disappointing. Oh, my friend. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Elders, please. Bulldog. Guys, listen.
Why was it?
Okay, Robert. I'm sorry. Bulldog, please, with due respect. That word you used is a very bad word.
I'm pulling it back.
Thank you.
I'm saying
that. No, and apologize.
I'm sorry to the listeners.
Thank you. That will be it. Mr. Logic, please. No. That's all I needed. Please, allow. What is it? Let me read it. Let me check and read it here. What? You go come here.
Yes.
Like the way I go slap you, Bulldog.
Andy, when I want
no, hold on. No. If you what you want to read?
Now he has power.
The chief director.
The what?
Duties of the chief director and the Ministry of
Good,
Tourism.
please read
Duties
it.
of
I'm taking my phone. I want to make a read.
chief
We need
director.
education.
There's a call line. There's a call line.
And it's not about shouting.
Mark is the chief
It's not about.
I
It's
want
not
to
about
when I
shouting.
finish reading, you
It's not about shouting. It's about what
of the Ministry of Tourism.
Ministry of
and Arts. Because normally the codes are different online. Let me read where I go find. You take quite a thing.
I'll never give it to you. Go and call
Okay.
How the man go? The
Now,
man
key among. Okay, guys, I'm reading.
duties of the deputy
I'm reading. Key among.
what? Is it play Antongo?
If you talk again, if you talk again, we'll switch seats. I'm telling you. Why can't I be that? Key among his functions as the chief director include safeguarding and effective organization and development of training programs consistent with the policies and programs of the sector, establish systems for effective.
It no be there. I won't read.
Read, check. If you make you switch,
No go read anything.
Yes, make a call. Nobody go read anything.
No.
Are you saying what
You stop me.
You not go read anything. I'm not go hear.
This your body, me. I know the fear.
I want to read. Oh, Bulldog.
I lose weight.
Hey, you should have memorized it.
How will I memorize it?
You be artist.
I just open that thing. You call it for
Lyrics, when you write lyrics.
See how you call it for
Nobody big like him beat.
You know what? You know go have You know go have
Give me my phone.
I will give it to you. Did I take
I
a
said,
phone?
man,
Go to police.
And it does. Let me read. Let me read. And it does. Let me read this. I'm reading the functions of the Ministry of Tourism.
This police boy out of
Ministry of Tourism. Yeah, but go and sit
I'm
down.
not going to sit down.
Look, carry this worm.
As you don't make a talk, you won't read.
But we are allowed you to talk.
No,
and the best you said was Master, leave here.
It's a very sad
people need to be
situation.
educated.
Adam, please speak so we can.
I think.
Okay, Bulldog, I'm not speaking again. You give me my phone.
For me,
Can I read?
for me,
Let them speak.
my disappointment.
Let Adam finish. Please.
My disappointment in the whole thing is that if you look at the topic of the program from the minister's press briefing, the topic is promoting the initiative Play Ghana to push local music content for Christmas period and lead to legislation for broadcasting local content act. And this is where my disappointment came from, because this is a conversation leading to the legislation. The broadcasting bill was drafted in 2012. It was laid before Parliament in 2019. Nothing, so interesting or so crucial has come out. So I was expecting the Creative Art Agency, which is
led by Jankuma,
minute policy, and the ministry, which Deputy Minister was there, to tell us something critical about the state of the cultural policy. But what I heard the Creative Art Agency boss said was that it was very light for me, that calling for a review of both the culture policy and that of the Creative Art Bill.
Broadcasting bill.
Yeah, broadcasting bill. What is even the state of the Creative Art Bill, which was passed like 2-3 years ago by Parliament, and the group who were tasked to develop an executive instrument have finished Fiati. They have finished their work like 2 years ago. But still, that Creative Art Bill is not operationalized. You are boss there. It has the power to solve a lot of problems in this space. And you are boss there. You are doing nothing about it. The cultural policy, nothing is going on. Creative Art Bill.
About Mark?
And I did not hear anything creative
from them.
Crucial, like, okay, we have done this we've sat with maybe those who are in charge of the Creative Art what do you call it, the broadcasting bill, cultural policy. We've looked in, and this is one of two we've seen. We are tweaking this way, and by this time we are going. Nothing of timelines. So in terms of policy wise, it wasn't waiting for me. It was more about activism. But on that level, if the activism was coming from the artists, fine. But those who have the power to cause a change should not be talking about activism. Yes. And the whole thing, like yesterday I said, this is aside even the policy direction, there is a PR campaign bit of them. And if you look at how they did the whole thing, it falls short.
Sambo will be. Let me show you where you miss. You made a very good point. What say?
Will you give me the phone?
You were advocating when you were outside. You were advocating when you were outside. Now you are in the room and you are still advocating.
Yeah.
What is the point? You see, that listen, we all pray to be in the room so that we can influence
a change.
A change. The time the Ghana Music Awards people do this thing, Andy, forget about your phone. You know what happened?
No, I don't go make it again.
Okay, so hold on, watch this. The VGMA, the time they were making mistakes, they brought you in, they brought DJs in, they brought stakeholders in, and when we sat down, we were able to convince Yola.
Hey, don't enter. Say stay outside. Bulldog, go out.
We were able to. So the point Adam is making right now about you being in the room and still trying to protest, like we must do this, we must do this. No, we were called into the VGMA room because they were making so many mistakes, and they invited us and we changed everything, and they allowed it because they realized that we were right. Now, Adam has made a very good point, but that point now was some more. Why is he still advocating as he has entered the room?
Outside of the place.
It doesn't make sense. So you Adam land.
So it's very important. If you look at the other part, which is a PR campaign, I mean, whatever they did fell short of a PR campaign, because I mean, in PR campaign you need to be able to state the problem which you want to fix, because PR campaign is aimed at one, creating awareness, changing a certain behavior, and I mean, you are trying to pass on some information. So you need to state the problem in the campaign, know where the problems are, create your goals and aims. Then you have your benchmarks to know that, okay, as at now, we have 40% or 30% of Ghanaian music being played. We have cross-check from the airplays, from the music stores and other areas. Yeah, so that you benchmark. Every campaign without a benchmark will fail, because the benchmark will tell you what you are doing and what you want to achieve with your campaign.
Give me your conclusion.
I'm coming. There's no, you don't have a.
I don't want to enter logic in time.
You don't have. I'm coming. You don't have a benchmark. You don't have your key stakeholders, because your key stakeholders are very important. Where are your key stakeholders in your campaign plan? The restaurants, the hotels, the pubs, the DJs,
gym,
media. Your key you have not targeted your key stakeholders. Now you do not have messaging strategy. You don't even have a key messages to drive you. Then you don't have your strategy. The strategy will be, okay, stakeholder engagement, media relation, this. Then what is your tactics? The tactics is what you use to achieve the strategy. So when you come to media relation as a strategy, the tactics will be that, okay, press conference, interviews, press releases. These are your tactics. Then at the end of the day, you need to have an evaluation plan. You did not do all of these. And on policy side, you are failing. Campaigns are just a common cry you couldn't do. One of the tactics.
Okay, so
how do we achieve something?
Make a conclude for then logic of income. So when we day outside of this government thing, we are always thinking like they are making a lot of mistakes. They don't know what's happening. Right. They are focused on cocoa. They are focused on oil. They are focused on things that are apparent to them. They know that I will discover. So we always there outside the scream. These guys are underestimating music. They are underestimating our industry. We always make that noise that these guys, we wish somebody could go in there and tell them what they are missing. Lo and behold, one of our gurus entered the room. Now you are telling us that after you entered the room, we see what you have done. The time Obama came, Obama was bashed by the Republicans more than anybody in history. Everything he brought out, they could not come go left. Everything they could not come go. But we saw that he was bringing it. At least we saw that he was doing it. You can't tell us that you are advocating for something and they are blocking you. Because we don't know what you are doing in the room.
No. One good example is the deputy minister then, who is not a minister, Dr. Adesope. When was a deputy minister?
Yes.
People felt he's a deputy minister, but he was so
doing
something right. People were pushing him to become the minister.
Listen, so what I'm trying to say is that we are trusting. When we finally got our own person to enter, we were hoping that he goes to tell them, the cocoa you guys are missing, you don't know. This thing is equivalent to the cocoa we are eating. If you are able to give me this plan that I have, if you want to help, if you're going to help me implement this plan that I have, this industry is going to yield like the cocoa industry. Mark, you can say all you want about, oh, you don't know what I'm doing inside. You don't know what I'm doing inside. Yes. We will be here. We will know that Mark is working for us.
But I know what Mark is.
No.
The funeral idea be Mark.
Robert, please end it all. He said he wanted to. You said you were reading something.
You know, could read that.
There are things. No. I will have him ready for me. They are the way the conversation has veered totally to Mark's personality. What I wanted to read, Bulldog sees my phone here, so I'm sure Robert just showed me. No, it's the same thing Robert have. So Robert, please read for me.
No, go read them.
We're not gonna make you read them.
No. If they don't go make us,
mine is
I have relieved my time. No, I know, Bulldog. I was supposed to speak. I have relieved my time.
You speak and you Robert.
You don't go speak. I was supposed to speak.
Bulldog.
Let me speak.
Bulldog.
Bulldog.
After
today, you can ban me on the show.
I'm banning you now. You don't go speak on this show again.
Nobody speaking today too.
What? Make no mind. I'm like that. Like you be class captain or something. You don't go talk again. What?
Nobody go speak. We are going to 11. Nobody speaking unless I speak.
Okay, speak.
I'm saying that.
Your mic is off. So who can they? How much they release some new album? What be the album? What be the title of the album?
Bulletproof. You mean Red Eye's album, right? Yeah, Red Eye is about to release an album before New Year. Okay. Wow. It's called Bulletproof. Bulletproof, the concept is because, he went into a very dark place. Many people who enter such a place, it's very difficult for them to come back.
Right.
We're giving him props because not only we know we worked for him to come back, but ultimately he decided. Because it's two things. The will. Red Eye put everything in. I'm very, very proud of him because I know how he fought. Even after rehab. You see, the issue is that people feel the rehab is where the change happens. It's not the rehab. It is post-rehab. Purpose. When our boys come out of the rehab and you don't give them purpose, they will just go back. And so the rehab themselves, the guards and things, we hear say the guards, they give inmates access to things. So it's not really effective. But after the rehab, we embarked on a serious mission to make sure that your man have purpose. And he fought, false distance, come inside La Show, he fight. Red Eye fought, and Red Eye is fully active now. And so I'm very proud of him. He's now himself, in mindset is what is so important to me. We don't have to, you don't have to drum things to him anymore. He speaks, he meets you halfway. And that whole idea is why we are so proud of him. So the album is ready. He did the album within 2 months. And now let me tell you, there's no rap on the album. There's no reggae on the album as people know him. Red Eye's album is Afrobeat. And he did this whole thing within 2 months. And he played everything. He sang everything. We have only one featuring. He sang everything, and it's an amazing album. When you come out, you guys know I'm counting on you, especially Mr. Logic, to So I'll send you. But we're about to do a listening party, like next week. I'm confirming the date soon. I'll send it to everybody.
For Red Eye's album.
For Red Eye's album. My album will be next year. But my album will be upper echelons. It'll be It'll be another.
Is it the so your album features Adam and Obrafo?
My album be the New Boys. I'm going through some struggle though. Let me mention this thing here. The New Boys, many of them know they hold themselves, so they are willing. Some have recorded their verses, but it looks like clearance for coming inside, and this is why some of these things are difficult. I may have to drop some because clearance no come yet, and all these people are tired. The people where they be strong on their own way, they defeat this side, be a few. The veterans, they are almost all of them, Sack, Wale, the boys, or they have the right to do things and clear for you. But most of the boys right now, the small boys, the McLarens, they come from above. And that be where I go have some challenges. I've been recording this thing. New Boys Day Top from last year, but I've had to drop some because the clearance could delay my release.
Production, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
all right, this is where we go. I say you no go talk again. Why?
Hammer in yourself. Listen, with Red Eye, listen, you've done so well. You spoke about purpose. It was the loss of purpose that made him go into that dark space. And now that you're saying he's back, you're giving him purpose. And I want to thank the two of you. You and Andy, you were very instrumental in this. Now, this is what I want to say. Just like you're saying, you say you count on us to push the album. Look, Red Eye needs to do a different sort of PR. If you drop the album anyhow, it won't go anywhere. He should appeal to that dark side he went to. If you appeal to that side, then that thing go take the thing go the next level. I'm hoping there's a song there to telling his story, because we don't want to come and party. We want to know what took him there, even if it's an intro or a skit, something. Yes, good. Yeah, so look, we're ready. We're here. I was here that day. I said, I no go feel pity for him because he know what he go do. But if he's back, we are with him.
Thank you.
Listeners, so this instrumental playing is Adam featuring Obrafo.
Yeah. Oh, this one be 2013, 10 years ago.
So your album, okay, we agree. Listeners, thank you all very much for listening to the program. It's been a very hot day.
Masa.
Yeah, tomorrow Bulldog is not coming. We'll say everything that we're supposed to say.
No,
things that we are supposed to say.